Hey everybody, it's Jem from the Goater Guild. One quick note that a lot of people have asked me about. We are on the Snowpine server, so the NA Snowpine server, so if you want to hit me up or you want to join the guild or just say hey, would love to talk to you guys, so Goater Guild, Snowpine server. Alright, so anyways, let's talk foraging. So looking through our skill book here, you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of different crafting categories, but there's only one foraging category. So all of the three kinds of foraging, chopping down trees, gathering plants, and mining, all fall into this one bucket. So you level one, you level them all. So that's the good thing about foraging. I think the bad thing about foraging is a lot of these low and mid-level ingredients aren't worth anything. There's so many people trying to level up these skills, and there's just stacks and stacks of basic materials, so you're not going to find a whole lot of value. Though there is some value, there's a couple of things I found that make you some money. I'm going to give you guys a tip on how to make at least some of your money back on this. Alright, so starting off, there's the three categories: mining, foraging, and felling. So I specialized in foraging because I found that that's the materials I really want to use. But because everything's so cheap, I recommend you try to follow my guide because I know some good places where you're going to find a lot of materials quickly. It's going to help you level up. So I recommend first looking at all of your different options and then kind of reading through them. So one thing to keep in mind is that each of these different materials takes different amount of points to forage. And I think this is proportionately related to the XP, but not completely. I found that the higher up level you go, the more XP you're going to get per. So for example, if you look right here at the plant foraging, I've unlocked up to needle bracken. I find that for the 12 points, I get a lot of more XP per point on needle bracken than I did for ice rattan, which is better than what I did for peach trees, which is better than star velvet. So I think that what you want to do is you want to get this level up to 5 as soon as you can, and then switch from these 1-star items like mushrooms and flowers to the 5-star items, like, say, for example, peach trees. And if you look, it's going to show your level up here in your resource description. So peach is a good level 5, and there's a bunch of other ones as well. So one other thing to keep in mind is that these levels are the same for all the different crafting materials. So there's going to be level 1 and 5, and then 6 to 10, and 11 to 15 for all of them. And once you get to the higher levels, you're going to have to unlock these on your crafting tree. So for me, it was about finding the material that I could mine the quickest and the easiest and unlocking that. Because I don't specialize in trees, but I actually found that this fir tree was really good for foraging, so I unlocked it. Alright, so moving on to what you should do. So I think first you should start off with these star velvet. Now, if you look at your map, and I'm going to show you guys at the end a link of maps that has all the different materials, and kudos to whoever put it together. There was a woman on the forum. She did a great job, and I'm going to link to her post. You should give her some love because this was a really good detailed map she put together. So to just give you a quick little highlight, down here in the south area, south of Sulan, you're going to want to port to Sunken Galley, and you're going to want to do a big loop. And in fact, I'll show you that in a bit because this loop is actually pretty. pretty. But it's a good spot that you're going to want to check out. And so the star velvet's really good. You're going to find a ton of it down there. I was able to level from 1 to 5 in like 2 or 3 hours. Alright, so then from there, let me close out the map. From there, I recommend you move on to none of these plants items, but instead move on to the peach trees. And so the peach trees are good because they give you a good amount of money. So let me show you my inventory. I have a couple. And I was going to show you a peach tree, but I swear, literally 30 seconds before this video, some doucher came and foraged the one I was standing at to show you. But basically, it looks like these trees over here, just a littler version, and it glows orange. So you'll be able to find them. And in this area, there's quite a few. And you'd think because this area is really busy with people leveling up, but they don't have the foraging skills immediately to chop them down. So somebody has to actually come over here to get them. So you find actually a lot of peach trees. But so the two components you get from peach tree are these two right here. So you get medium grade wood, which is basically garbage. You find this out on the broker in stacks of 99 for like 10, maybe 15 Imperial coins each. It's not worth a whole lot. So this is the material you kind of have to get. So I recommend you use this. I mean, you could sell it if you want, but you're not going to make very much money on it. No, the good stuff is the peach syrup. So you get this, and this, I think, drops most of the time. It doesn't drop every time, but this is really good stuff. This sells for 700 to 800 coins each, and so I mined 3 peach trees to get 6 of them. So that's not too bad of a ratio, and what you're going to end up with is getting quite a bit of money from these blue items in any of the things you forage, and almost nothing from these basic items. And so if you're going to use these for crafting these blue items, it's good to go get them yourself. But for me, I find that I don't want to craft the stuff for peach tree, so I sell this and buy what I need. But yeah, if you go in this area right here, and I'll show it on the map, it's this whole entire pink forest area. You're going to find there's a pretty good amount of peach trees. There's also some in the Imperial City up here in this area. But I find right here is close to the guild portal where I'm always going back and forth. So every time I come over here, I just do a quick circle, see if there's any peach trees up. And if there are, I cut them down and sell that syrup. So good spot here for level 5 foraging. Not the best way to level up, but I think probably the best way to make decent money. So if you really want to level up, I found that this needle bracken was actually pretty good. And so you find this in the area around the Murrock wetlands. And so a really a pro tip, good way to get there is look at your dailies. The Poacher's Market dailies, the Deadly Nightshade and Clampjaw. Those two put you right in the area. So if you're over there doing those dailies, you want to check for some needle bracken. Try to forage that as well. And just from doing literally peach trees and that, I was able to get up to level 6. And you could keep mining the Star Velvet. I mean, it gives you decent XP, and there's tons of it all the time. But I find that moving up is always the best ratio. Oh, look, a peach tree spawned right here in front of me. Perfect. So, yeah, this is what it looks like. Peach tree right here. I'll chop down a couple for you guys. You're going to find this is a good ratio. This costs, I think, 6 or 7. Yeah, 6 points of diligence, 2.8 inspiration. So that time I only got the medium grade wood. Not any good. Hopefully I'm going to get some peach syrup. Another medium wood. Guess I'm unlucky here. Come on, peach syrup. Nope. I did pretty good earlier. Out of those 3 trees, I got 6 of them. So, all right. So I didn't get any out of this tree, but you do get a fair amount. I must have just been pretty unlucky right there. But yeah, that's what a peach tree looks like, and that gives you pretty good XP for the amount that you're spending on it. All right. So finally, after you get through this, I recommend you do ice ratting. So this is on the plant foraging skill. This is a 6 to 10. And you're going to find this outside of Snowpine. So if you bring up the map, Snowpine is this region up here, this snowy region. So if you're looking for this, you're going to find it on the little mountains that grow all along, and then right along the bases of all of the different walls. So you'll see there's a lot of walls around here as you run around, and this is where you're going to do your level like 45 quests. So if you're around here, try to get the ice rat, and I found that not a lot of people forage this either, so there's a pretty good amount. And there's a lot of competition for the materials, but the ones I'm telling you are the ones that I've found have the least amount. So if I go up here, I almost always find at least 2 or 3 ice rattan. And because they take a lot of points and give you a ton of XP, you don't need a lot of it. If you forage, say, 3 or 4, that's probably going to be good per day. It's going to give you a lot of XP, probably cost you like, 40, 50 to 100 diligent points. So definitely a good thing. And then finally, this is the really good one. So once you get past that, level 10 fir trees. So you're going to find this in Bear Country, and this is actually pretty close to the same area I just showed you. Bear Country is just south of Snowpine. And you should hang out in Bear Country anyway, because it's full of bears, and bears are awesome. So you got right down here, Bear Country, and you're going to find tons of fir trees. Like every time I go through there, there's always like 4 or 5 fir trees up. So if you're flying around, you're going to find a bunch of those, and that's another good way to level up. And then from there, I think the needle trees are pretty good. You find these around Hermit's Haunt. These are pretty good. I found quite a few of these. And then for the plant foraging, the needle bracken, you also find these at the Immortal Annex. So above that, I'm not really sure. As you can see, I only have level 13, so I haven't gotten to the higher level stuff. But what I recommend is just doing what I did, which is look and see where you find them. Look at the map, and I'm going to link it at the end of the video. I'll show you the map for probably a good 30 seconds for each of them so you can look through. And you're going to want to make sure that you check out all the locations. Don't just spend all your points. actually, maybe when you get higher level, it makes more sense to kind of specialize. So like say for me, I want to do this foraging, so say I'm going to go down this tree right here, because it takes a lot of points. You'll see 22 to 25. This doesn't seem like a lot until you realize this is like, say, you know, an hour worth of getting back points for just, you know, mining this one time. So if you could find one node, this is probably going to hold you off for an entire day worth of crafting. So just one thing to keep in mind is once you get to these higher levels, you're not going to want to do all three because you have so limited points. You're probably going to want to specialize. Alright, so finally, before I break, I'm going to just show you this region that I get the star flower. Because this is a really nice region of the game. It's just north of Sunken Galley. I suggest you guys just check it out anyway because it's a really pretty place just to fly around and hang out. And so there's a loop that I do that I think is actually quite good. So I start down here at Sunken. And so from here, I fly north along the path and do a big loop. And so I'm not sure if there's any around here. There's actually a couple of my guildies on, and I've told them about this, so they may be foraging. Oh, here we go. So you get Star Velvet, this flower right here. And so there's going to be a ton of it. Look, there's one here. There's one here. And so if you kind of fly around this circle, actually this is a higher level one that you can find is also over here. But you're going to want to fly up around this area. And you probably want to be around this altitude, high enough so you can see the stuff on the ground, but also not too high so that you can't see it, and that you can see a pretty wide array. So yeah, I just do this loop right here. So far we've already seen two. I'm not sure if this guy's foraging them as well. Because a cool thing about this region is you're not going to find a lot of people here because there's nothing to do. These mobs are pretty low leveled. I didn't get any quests here. Alright, perfect. Here's number 3. So I'm glad this has proven the point. This is a good area. You could get faction from this one guy right here, but as far as like actually people like just being around and leveling up, there aren't very many. So that's why there's not a lot of people who know this is a good place to look for flowers. So yeah, if you just do this loop all the way around, and then when you get to the road down here, you're going to want to... Oh, there's number 4. Perfect. When you get over here, you're going to want to go to the other side of the road and circle around back to where you started. And I'd say you do this loop every, say, 10-15 minutes. When I was doing it, I would find at a minimum 3 flowers every time. Look, this is number 5 or 6, maybe. I think I lost count. But there's tons of them out here. So this is a really great place for you guys to level up. And then, yeah, from there, you're going to want to go to the peach trees, make some decent amount of money, or the needle bracken near that daily quest. After that, you're going to go to the ice rattan. Oh, here, number 6. And then finally from there, you're going to want to go to Bear Country and get the peach fur. So hopefully this guide helps you out, because I think that you guys will be able to level up pretty quickly if you follow this. Because if you look, if I had crafting points, it was low level, I probably would have got a whole level just doing this one circle right here. So anyways, I think I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to show you the map really quickly. And then after that, I'm going to cut off the video, and I think probably next I'll do something on guild stuff. I know that for a lot of the guild leaders, it's really complicated and confusing. I spent a ton of time figuring it out. So hopefully I'll be able to help you guys out. And you guys in guilds who are just trying to do your guild quests and looking to get some materials. So anyways, thanks a lot, guys. This is, again, Gem from the Goater Guild on Snowpine. And y'all take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Baby, on our own, we've been rowing both Oh, please don't let me